bit is a couple of testimonials. It's myself and Anne McConway. First, me. I want to talk about the fact that, especially ever since Omicron came along, there's been this increasing idea that COVID is just a cold and long COVID is just a cold. And I also wanted to make it clear that our UK government is not currently following World Health Organization guidelines to stop the spread of COVID or long COVID. And it's also not following the WHO idea that the COVID pandemic is very much ongoing. Ever since 2022, but all of the main political parties have effectively stopped acknowledging that the COVID pandemic is ongoing. So, as you know, not only I've had long COVID for 4.5 years, and I could spend at least 4.5 days talking about my experience. So I'm just going to restrict it to one little brief topic, which is all about the dangers of getting reinfected with COVID when you've got long COVID, which is something that happened to me back in July. I was on holiday in France. Despite masking, I got whatever the strain of COVID is that was doing the rounds in the summer. Not only did it cause increasing fatigue on top of my pre-existing long COVID fatigue, it also gave me increasingly terrible neurological symptoms. And these neurological symptoms have led to suicidal ideation, dissociative episodes, really, really serious stuff. So it's not just a case of my usual long COVID where I forget what day it is. I forget that I've left the pan on the stove. I forget to have breakfast. It is the fact that my long COVID is so severe as to make me seriously contemplate killing myself. I have posted quite a bit about this and talked quite a bit about this, but I just wanted it to be well known that long COVID is so far from being mild. I also know of someone with a similar chronic illness recently who did end their own life. And part of that was because of this sense of social abandonment that Juliet was talking about, where none of the main political parties are even talking about COVID or long COVID. So that's my bit over and done with. I wanted to hand